Alright lads, we are back once again with the F1 2015 Career Mode Championship. This time we're driving at the Silverstone Grand Prix, home race for many of the teams in the Formula 1 circuit, so it should be a very interesting round. Traditionally I've gone fairly well in the past at Silverstone. We've dropped to 4th in the standings after Lewis Hamilton won the previous race in Austria. Sebastian Vettel still holding on to his championship lead after completely screwing up qualifying. Both of Ferraris made a meal of qualifying but managed to come back in the race. If they qualify well today in this video, then they could be well on target to win another Grand Prix in this season. But enough waffling, let's start the British Grand Prix. Oh my god, we have just leveled with Nico Rosberg's time. Any improvement at all would have got us in P1. Unbelievable.
Fantastic qualifying result from Nico Rosberg and a performance which should see him targeting now a race win tomorrow.
Are you guys kidding me? We bolted on 8-1 wings for that qualifying session and it's paid off so much. That feels like pole position. That feels like a race win. That is incredible. The one time that Nico gets a good lap in, it had to be the weekend that we were on the pace too. It's second place. It's still the front row of the grid. We've out-qualified Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel down in P5, so the Ferraris have recovered to qualify well. But how often does this never happens. This is just incredible. Let's go to the race. So here we are lads, ready for the Silverstone Grand Prix. I am really excited for this one. It looks like we are genuinely on the pace after making a setup change that we normally wouldn't do. We normally go for low wings like 3-1, sometimes even 2-1. But today for the Silverstone Grand Prix we've gone for like 8-1 wings and it looks like it might have paid off. Will it work in the race though? We'll have to wait and see. If you remember the last time we went high aero, it's normally the only time we do it is Monaco, and every single time at Monaco we're on the pace. So maybe high wings is the way to go for the races. But anyway, race strategy, it's a 2-stop option prime. Hopefully the tyre wear doesn't affect us too much, but let's go to the race. Hopefully the pace is there and we're much faster than what we were in Austria. Now, building to those 5 red lights and away we... Oh, jeez. I could have had the best start in the world, but that wouldn't have mattered because Rosberg's initial getaway was amazing. Into turn 1 now, a Ferrari, that was Sebastian Vettel went off way wide there. That's going to cost him a lot of positions. So, settling into this Grand Prix in 3rd place at the moment, Lewis Hamilton moves into P2. I'm eager to see what our pace is like versus the Mercedes here in the race. We've gone for much higher aero, so we may be sitting ducks in the straights, but I don't know, in the corners in the middle sector, once the tyre wear comes into it, maybe we could be a threat again. Oh, okay, Massa. I think we squeezed out Massa too much, and we haven't been penalised. Very, very lucky. Oh, Hamilton making a move on Rosberg. That's not Stowe, that's... I can't even remember what corner that is. I always forget the corner names at Silverstone for some reason, but the 2 Mercedes cars are battling, and this could bring us into the battle once again. I may not be able to talk today, but it looks like I can certainly drive. Hang on a second, I just realised what I said. I just took out Massa on the previous lap. I can't really do anything today, just ignore me. Hamilton going a bit slow. Oh, he's got an engine blowout. Hamilton's gone. He's out of the British Grand Prix. We've now taken 2nd place, and I forgot to shift down to 2nd. That means Raikkonen is all over my ass now in a massive train of about 4 or 5 cars here. Wow. This is going to completely shake up the championship here, but we can't focus on that too much. These live commentaries, they really do spice up these career mode episodes. We've got to stay in 2nd place. We've got to keep Vettel behind us and really eke into that championship lead that he has at the moment. Guys, if you're enjoying this, leave a like. Oh, back end again. That's a problem we even had in qualifying. That's just what happens when you run really high front wings. Just think, lads, if we didn't have that little oversteer moment through turn 6 or something, it's this left-hander coming up. If we didn't have that oversteer moment in qualifying, then we would have got pole for sure. Or even if we would have broke like a millisecond later, or got on the power a little bit later or earlier, you know, that would have made all the difference. But either way, that's how it's turned out, and now the Ferraris are on the attack. Vettel, after having a shocking first lap, he is recovered to P4 at the moment. So we try and hang around the outside of Raikkonen. Turns to the inside, he's swooped across, and he's taken P2. Thank you, engineer. I don't think we're done with Raikkonen yet. If we can stay within the DRS, we should be able to get him. Even going through cops with really high aero, we still get a bit of dirty air though. So let's try and set up this move on Raikkonen. We're not done with him just yet. If we can get a nice exit off the final part here, on the power early, use up the gears. I wish I had curves, I would have used it all for this straight. DRS, round the outside, and we're going to take back P2. I don't know if we can catch Rosberg. We're going to have to hope that his tyres go off. Car feels very unstable. We're gonna have to manage that a lot. Oh, what the fuck? Here comes Vettel up the inside on the straight here. We sort of weaved on the straight to try and deter him from going past us. It looks like it hasn't really worked, has it? He pulls the same maneuver that Raikkonen did just a few laps ago. We'll try and stay with him if we can and use the DRS to soar past him again through the third sector. Nice exit off the final part of Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. We're going to have DRS this time. Once again, using that slipstream. We're going to go to the inside now and just try and make this a nice calm move up the inside. The tyres are very worn at this stage. The car is very unstable, even just at all parts of the track, under throttle, under braking, and even through the mid-corner. Oh no, we've massively screwed that up. And now Ricciardo slides up the inside. He goes into P2. I'm just trying to hold on as much as I can. These tyres really aren't giving me anything at the moment. What the fuck, Ricciardo? DRS on Ricciardo this time. Easy. P2. Oh, Ricciardo up the inside through cops. Where did that come from? The engineer was telling me to pin in, so I'm going to do so. Probably one lap earlier than what I wanted to come in. But it looks like we're doing the undercut on everyone else. So, Ricciardo, the two Ferraris, they're having a massive battle at the moment with us. Hopefully with the undercut we can emerge well clear of those guys. Someone else has followed us in, I believe it's Hulkenberg. But hopefully a good pit stop here should see us rejoin in P2. All the midfield runners are in the pits now. Vettel's taking the lead now, so Rosberg has come in. We'll see exactly what the gap is between us and him. It looks like it's going to be a massive one. As usual, he's up in front of us, so he's going to be held up behind some of the points runners.
15 minutes till we expect the heavy rain to arrive.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. We could see another race like Canada, because the rain always seems to come down, or the weather always seems to interrupt right near the end of the race. Jensen in P6 at the moment, going very slowly. He hasn't... Engineer? I don't care. Yeah, Jensen hasn't made a pit stop, so he's going to be easy to overtake. He's gone wide too. And we've got an achievement. It's lap 11, and everyone in front of me except for Rosberg, they haven't stopped. So if they can do almost 12 laps on options, imagine how far they could go on primes. I think they're one stopping. And as I say that, they're all coming into the pits now. I think including Vettel, or Vettel, as a lot of German people tell me to pronounce. But now we're into P2. The order has now been, I guess, reshuffled into its proper order. And now we can try to focus on catching Rosberg, but we know it's not going to happen. We just need to hold out for the rain, and hopefully it comes down before we need to make our next pit stop. The odds are stacked against us here. We are running with the oldest tyres of anyone in the field right now, but there's still a very slim chance that we could win this race. We need it to rain like right now. Hope that Rosberg pits for dry tyres, and then maybe, just maybe, we're a chance, because we've got a decent sized gap to Vettel at the moment, but every lap it's closing by a considerable margin. So yeah, if things stay the same too much longer, then our chances aren't looking good. I really wish I would have stayed out longer in the first stint. That would have made this second half of the race so much easier. In saying that though, it looks very dark. In the last 60 seconds, it's become a whole lot more promising for me. You never know. Look at this, lads. It is getting darker. Not if you look that way, but if you look that way, it is getting darker, and it is starting to rain. There was one or two cars who stopped on the last lap. I'm sure they stopped for dry tyres, but it's getting to the point where I'm only going to come in now for a set of intermediate tyres. It's enters or bust. Yep, we definitely are understeering everywhere. The puddles, they're not quite as bad as what they are on Forza 6, but they're still very bad. No, stay on the track. Stay on the track. Stay on the track, you pikey. Perfect time to come in for intermediate tyres now. The question is, does Vettel come in as well? It looks like he has, right behind us now. So, unfortunately, we won't get the kind of jump on Rosberg that I was expecting. He stayed out longer as well, so he's going to maintain the lead of the British Grand Prix. It's just going to be everyone holding position, really. 3.1 second stop. Held us up a little bit, but we're still in second place. Very next lap, and everyone else is in for wet tyres now. I'm not going to lie, I was struggling on the intermediates straight away. I think we're going to take the lead here. Do we? Do we? Yes, we do. Should we risk it and just stay out on intermediate tyres and just hope? Do we stay out and just hope that the rain gets lighter? I think we might. Thing is, I think we're doing the right thing. It's not raining anymore, so I think it might get drier, and I think this might just about win us this race. Rosberg is all over us now. The thing is, it doesn't look like... No, it's not. It is not time to switch to wets. It does not look wet. We've not even had heavy rain. It's just been intermediate. This... I don't know. I still think this is going to work. Call me crazy, but I think this might work. There goes Rosberg. We're both tiptoeing at the moment. We hold around the outside only just. I'm struggling to keep this car in a straight line, let alone maneuver around the outside of Rosberg. Shut up, engineer. I do not care. Oh, there goes Bottas out of nowhere. We've dropped to P3. Oh, back end. There goes Vettel. At what point do we say enough's enough and just go to the wet tyres? It just, at no point has it looked like it's rained heavy enough. Oh no. I've made such a bad call. I've made such a bad call. I honestly thought it was going to get better. Well, we can't... I don't know, at this point, I don't think it's worth going to the wets. I don't know, I'm just hoping, you know, next lap it's going to be better. Next lap, you know, track is going to dry out, but if we stop now, I don't know, I think we'll drop out of the points at this rate. Ricardo around the outside. Is he going to make it stick? No, he doesn't. He hangs in, or he tucks in for now. Engineer just said the rain is going to stop soon, so that's sort of my only hope at the moment. Oh, this is going to be 3 wide now, coming into this corner again. Oh, jeez. This is getting a little bit outrageous at this point, but the grip, it's actually starting to improve, just ever so slightly. I don't know, we maybe, if we can hold position now, I don't know, we could be in a good spot with only a few laps left to go. I think Nazar and Massa have crashed with each other. That's a commentator's nightmare right there when those two are on the same part of the track. Into turn 1, Hulkenberg tries to hold around on the inside. We hold around the outside, and still we hang on to P5. This, oh man, this we may have made the wrong call, but this race is It's been exciting right throughout, from start to almost finish here. Hulkenberg again on the attack. He's going to go up the inside. We're going to try and hang around the outside on intermediate tyres. I think this might be the crossover point. I don't know. I don't know. I felt something on this lap. Like the grip is significantly better than what it was on the previous lap. Cheers, Hulkenberg. If the track dries out, I'm coming back for you. Hang on a second. Hulkenberg's in. Is anyone else coming in? The cars behind us are coming in. How many more people in front of us are going to be coming in on this lap? This is just taking a turn for the better. Oh, this is very interesting. Everyone in front of us still on the wet tyres. Are they going to stay out though for the rest of this race? That's yet to be seen. The longer they stay out and then make the switch to inters, the more it's going to help us. Remember, Silverstone has a massive pit lane and it loses a lot of time if you come into the pit. So Raikkonen about 20 seconds in front of us. If he does come in, he's going to lose a position to us, but if he stays out, he could still lose a position to us as well. This is, I don't know, I think the massive gamble might start to pay off. Raikkonen has stayed out. That is quite incredible. The DRS got enabled on the previous lap, so that means it's really close to going to dry tyres. In fact, I could have came in on the last lap, put on a set of options and still lapped or had, you know, a decent amount of grip. So these guys still on the wet tyres. I'm going to confirm this, race director. They're still on the wet tyres on a very, very dry track. The gap is, I don't know, around about 18 seconds. They could lose all of that on this final lap here. Rosberg has won the race. He has won the race. He has finished the race on a set of wet tyres on a dry track. That is actually quite incredible. And if I have to say it, we are, I don't know, incredibly unlucky that they didn't come in and that the AI can stay out in any kind of conditions on wet tyres. We took a gamble today. We risked it on the intermediate tyres on a wet track. Unfortunately, it really hasn't paid off for us today. Sebastian Vettel is coming home in second place. Bottas in third. Us, it's going to be fifth place. We're going to lose points to Vettel here and Rosberg once again. But crucially, I think we're going to move up to third in the driver's standings because Lewis Hamilton has DNF'd from this race. Across the line for the Singapore Grand Prix, Ben. I can't believe I said that. I honestly can't believe I said the Singapore Grand Prix. The Silverstone Grand Prix, we're home in fifth place. So there we go, lads. Fifth place in the British Grand Prix. If I'm honest, I thought we were very unlucky not to have the AI all come in within, you know, the last 2 laps or so. They stayed out. They managed to keep their wet tyres in a good state, and they still lapped fairly well, which was almost very surprising to me. But once again, we showed really good promise in qualifying, and we weren't quite able to convert it into race pace. I'm not too sure if it's a recent patch that's changed things for the AI. Maybe they're a little bit better on their tyres now, but there's definitely been a shift from Season 1 to Season 2. We're definitely seeing some different traits and different performances, different characteristics from different teams. As you guys have seen, the Ferrari is very much on the pace and probably level with Mercedes, if not better than Mercedes at most of the racetracks so far this season. So very interesting. It looks like for the moment we can't even buy a race win. We just had bad luck in the race, but hopefully our luck can change very soon. In terms of DNFers, it was only Grosjean and Hamilton not finishing the British Grand Prix. In the standings, we are up to third. As I said, at the end of the race there, we overtook Hamilton because he didn't get any points there. 50 points away from Vettel and Rosberg. Rosberg is closing the gap to Vettel though, so very interesting for the top of the championship here. Seriously, I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins this championship out of Rosberg or Vettel. Maybe even us though. It could even be Hamilton if he goes on a big streak. So lots of questions yet to be answered for the rest of this season. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys for the next race. Until then guys, I'll see you next time.
eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true.